Brait is an investment holding company with stakes in Premier Foods, New Look, Virgin Active and Iceland.
Right, so this is the team under the leadership of John Nodder, and Christo Wiese is closely involved with this one as well, and it's transformed its business. It's out of the Pepcore stake, which went into Steinhoff, and then they got cash. It's now got a new portfolio. People have really backed this guy, really done well.
84.5 billion rand, PE ratio of 2.1 and a dividend yield of 0.5%.
Is that really the PE ratio? How did that work out?
It's got a PE,
Devin,
what did you say, of 2?
Are you not listening?
It's reorganized itself, so I mean sometimes
0.5%. We've got the PE ratio at 0.5%.
Yeah, my sister was about 2.
dividend yield at 0.5, PE ratio at 2.1.
Sorry.
Yeah. There's a
I'm not even concentrating.
yeah.
Look, it's a
There's
sum
about
of the
right.
parts valuation, so these things do get, and remember it's done lots of deals, sold lots of things, so the comparatives are very tricky. Forget that. Yeah.
So what, are we forgetting the stats we put
Well,
out
don't
there?
worry about those. There are some times when those things are very relevant and sometimes when they're not. Learning moment for the viewers.
Yeah, we've had a couple of those. We've had a couple of those recently. So let's go back to Brait and John Nodder having done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Big value unlock. And I think before we go further, let's have a look at the performance of the share price.
That was just
Incredible.
spectacular.
And we are in Brait.
Yeah, we own some in the portfolio, and it's
Mm.
back up at above 160. It's its current high.
Yeah. It's around
You
there.
can't argue with this.
Yeah. Value
Except you've
unlock.
got to look at it going forward now.
Where they're going to go going forward. Look, they've definitely done a switch. They've taken this war chest of capital that they've had and start to deploy it. The acquisition of New Look was probably the biggest one there. That one, we got to ask if they maybe overpaid a little bit there. What's the demand looking like in Europe for clothing and that type of thing in a very highly traded environment? But they do have some other very good assets. The food assets for me are fantastic. Premier looking very, very good. Probably one of the leaders in bread in this country. They, a 500 million loaves of bread that they produce for South Africans. You've also got the Iceland frozen food business, and they've become specialists in the frozen food section. So next to Tesco's, I believe they're the biggest volume producer of frozen food there, and those are big margin operations that are doing well for them on the frozen side. The food is competitive, but also looking good.
We're not thinking of letting go of this one anytime soon, are we?
Look, the interesting thing is the Pepcore purchase and subsequent sale to Steinhoff, and then the conversion of the Steinhoff shares into cash was like a deal of a century.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a career-making move. You only have to do one of those to make everybody fantastically wealthy. The real interest now is whether or not John and the team can pull off another deal like that. And hence people are looking at New Look, they're looking at Iceland, and they're looking at Premier, but they're also looking at Virgin Active, which is the gyms,
Correct.
to see whether or not they could do another transaction of that nature.
Do you believe that they have it in there?
Well, John is extremely opportunistic, and his timing has always been so good too. And then he's got Christo Wiese at his elbow as well, and Christo's timing is also spectacular. So there's talk in the market that, maybe somebody's going to swoop and do a deal on Edgar's, and that could be Steinhoff or that could be Brait. I don't know, that'd be more like South Africans. I don't think they'd really do that.
But you're prepared to wait and see whether they can do another transaction.
And, it doesn't need to be
immediate. Not just another transaction, another spectacular transaction.
Yes,
Let me
yes.
rephrase
And sometimes, you buy an asset and you don't realize just how valuable it's going to become. But what could drive New Look to new heights would be like if Europe's retail sales go through the roof, which I suppose it could. The gyms, everyone's going to the gym. Maybe that's time.
Hot or not?
I'm going to go hot. I'm going to back this management team. I think there's enough in it. I think you do have key management experience that will be on the lookout for this. Yeah, their track history speaks for itself. I'm comfortable. Hot.
Paul, are we staying with this one?
I think
hot?
so. We'll stay with hot, and we'll wait and see what John and the team come up with next. But those guys, you can be sure there's going to be fireworks, and quite soon too.
Well, we don't want to miss out on the fireworks.